If Stats win, we have a PVZ finals. If Solar wins, we have the ZVZ rematch. Two stories. We're at the breaking point here. This is where fate is decided. You know, what path we have, what grand finals we go down, what story will be told.
These are two of the best players in Korea, probably top 10 at this point, playing fantastic games, providing entertainment for all of us here. And we are going into Game 7, guys. The map is loading up here for Solar versus Stats, so get hyped, get your friends in the channel, and let's jump into Arena right now. Here we are, it's game number 7 on Arena. And up in the top left, the Protoss player, he wants to get into the championship. It is Stats.
Big cheers from the biggest we had for him all night. They got really quiet when they got on camera, but down here in the bottom left, in blue, it is Solar representing Samsung tonight. And a huge crowd for him cheering and supporting him as well. This game decides everything. Everything is on the line, and Dark is at home watching to find out who he will face in the grand finals.
Yeah, imagine if it's Stats. Dark has 7 games where he's going to see Stats play in the same matchup. So Dark will be pretty happy about if Stats gets up there. He says he's not scared of Stats. He already defeated Solar, but he said it was a very long, hard series, you know, so... Yeah. I feel like he would prefer Stats here.
I would agree, but keep in mind, both players said that they thought Stats would kind of be an easy opponent. They were much more concerned about the rematch even after that finals, or rather that semis. However, this has not been an easy series for Solar. We're in Game 7. It's going all the way. So, you know, these interviews, don't always take them as the law, because we have upsets happen. And I'd say even the fact that this goes to Game 7 in itself is an upset. I don't think many people expected Stats to perform this well.
It seems like Solar expected it a little bit. He's like 4-2, 4-3. You know, I'm not sure. He may have just been being polite to his young. You know, that's also another thing where they're having the interview right next to each other, and it's like, well, you know, I don't want to say 4-0. Where it's different between him and Dark. They both said 4-0, right? They're like, oh, I've got tons of confidence. I can beat this guy. So either way, we do make it all the way to game number 7. And Solar pretty fearless here, going for 3 bases pretty quick. Doesn't care about that tiny rush distance on this map.
Pulled out of gas as well, which is really important to keep in mind, considering that a lot of these games he has not been. Roach all-ins, bailing attacks, very aggressive play, but this time completely pulled out of gas. So going straight to economy with the 3 bases he's taken here. A little bit of scouting going on with this Adept. So he's going to cancel his shade and just lurk around here. A few more lanes being forced as a result, just for safety. He gets drones with that as well. But Stats going up to 3-gate Adept again. We saw this already once in this series. Definitely something that can catch a Zerg player off guard, is expecting more of a scouting, pressuring into Stargate, then suddenly, you know, 4 Adepts, 7 Adepts, 10 Adepts coming out.
And I don't know if he's going to expect it on this map. I mean, Phoenix is pretty good. You can eliminate all of the scouting information for the Zerg because there's really only a couple of locations where the Overlords can be, so you can eliminate that fast. But, I mean, look at this. He's going to go for just 1 Robo very fast. No Stargate. Wouldn't be surprised if he decides to put on a bit of pressure onto Solar.
You're absolutely right. There's a high chance. Especially because of how the map works for, you know, hiding a Warp Prism even. We can get it past those Overlords and get it out across that air distance. The Watchtower is actually not held by Solar right now. Something to keep in mind, considering that you might see that Warp Prism floating across.
Or Stats, mind you. They both don't have control of that. Kind of interesting.
The Overlords have vision of it. All right, here comes the Shades. Oh, run by attempt here. The probe was in position, but no reaction to build a building, so these Lings will get in. They're going to get scouting more than anything else. A nice block here at the secondary ramp. a primary ramp, I should say, a natural ramp into the main base. And these Adepts continuing to hold the choke. Solar's made a ton of lings. More and more on the way.
Bay for the first time in this entire series. I think that's got to be Disruptors.
I think so.
I don't think we're going to be seeing Colossi in this
matchup.
matchup.
Hold that thought, because this game may not get there. There's a ton of lings on the map right now. He's got 14 more. He has 40 army supply of lings. It's like 80 lings on the map. And here they come. Again, a tight wall. And here come the Queens.
The Queens, the slow march across the map. They're going to try to help out in the attack here. It's very hard to transfuse lings, but you can do a bit of damage yourself and try to snipe that Mothership core.
You know what? Colossus might not even be a bad choice versus all these lings right now when that Bay finishes, but he doesn't have a lot of money to go for it. Okay, good force field here to keep that pylon alive, but the Queens have range. And these Pellets and the Adepts are not going to be able to hold on forever versus all this range and the transfuses that can come down to keep these Queens alive. He is going to go Disruptor.
Now one Disruptor coming out here. If he can get that out, that would be gigantic against this many Queens clumped up and this slow. They could never get away.
The sustain these Queens have, though, with all these transfuses are eventually starting to target down the Adepts. And he doesn't have force fields forever. In fact, he's running low on energy right now. That Disruptor is everything right now. It's nearly finished. Here comes the block for the gate. It's getting so low. He gets the pylons up just in time. Very clutch there. Force field goes down for extra security. With all the damage.
He could try to focus down this one pylon. It's getting really low. He needs to make more. Puts down another sentry. Here comes the Disruptor.
Oh, and does not get the hit on the lings. Transfuses keeping the Queens alive. He needs another shot. The wall is down, but he drops one more force field. And the Queens are starting to be targeted down by these pylons. Where's that next purification, Nova? He needs it.
He needs it so badly. And look at this. Solar trying to force it through, but there's no lings left.
There's no lings left.
There's no lings left. Only Queens, and they're being forced down. No energy. This has been hell.
I think that's it. I think it's over. Look at Solar's face. He knows he's lost. It's all over. He will not rematch Dark, and we are going to have a PBZ Finals. And that's it. You base your entire tournament life, the grand finals, on an all-in with Speedling Queen on Arena. That's the kind of games we see on this map. And that's it. Adept attack speed on the way, more gateways. He knows it's over.
He's defeated. He's going to try to attack, but he's got nothing. He has no economy behind it. Disruptors are out.
That's it. There's nothing else to say. GG and congratulations. Stats is going to his very first individual league grand finals. This is going to be his first time in 8 years. He has done it.
And Solar is so crushed, man. What a way to go out. He chose to go for the aggressive build, and what a hold by Stats. That was unbelievable. We were talking about top 3 control. Well, that guy's got it. Solar, you got to feel for him. He came so close to going to another finals, facing another Zerg. But we are going to hear from Stats, the man himself, here in just a minute in the interview.
Solar bringing so many different builds and playstyles into this best of 7. Such great preparation, but it's just not enough. And I want to stress to you guys with the maps and how Pross is doing versus Zerg. This is a huge upset. Well, let's see what Stats has to say about this win.
김대엽 선수가 최종 결승전에 올랐습니다. 김대엽
Our
선수
second finalist for the first season of StarLeague. It is Stats.
승자도 패자도 인정할 수밖에 없는 경기력이었습니다. 무려 8년 만에 최종 결승에 진출하셨습니다.
Fantastic performance from you. Your first time in 8 years getting to the finals.
잡아왔을 때 그때
When I was up 2-0,
제가 한 70%, 80% 올라갈 줄 알았어요.
I thought I had
2대2가
a
되고 2대
70, 80% chance to make it to the finals, but
떠오르는 거예요.
after going down 3-2,
2대 4로
it reminded me of my semifinal matches of last season.
기억이 있었는데 이번에도 또 이렇게 지나 이런 생각을
I lost
했었었는데
2-4
다행히
at the semifinals last year.
다행히 경기가 잘
And it
풀려가지고
would have been the
이겼던 것
same
같아요.
thing if it happened this time around.
다행이라고
Very
해주셨는데
satisfied that
5세트
I was able
끝나고
to
나서
win.
김대엽 선수가 마음적으로 굉장히 힘들지 않았을까 싶어요. 그 5세트에서 마지막 교전이 김대엽 선수가 좀 힘들었을 것 같은데 어떻게
Tell us about the fifth
다잡으셨나요,
set.
마음을?
There was a huge
일단은
engagement.
최대
At the end of that
감독
game,
코치님도 들어오셔가지고
that was on Runes of Ceres.
계속 이런 상황일 때는 이렇게 해라 이렇게 조언도 해주시고 이렇게 위로도 해주셨었는데
The couple of coaches
이상하게
from KT
제
came
자신이
into the
조금씩
booth
좀 멘탈이 금이 가는 거예요.
and just told me what I had to do
되게
to
좀
win the next
몇
set,
번째 세트
try to
되게
calm me
긴장
down
많이 하면서
just after
경기를
losing game 5.
했었었는데 다행히 이겼던 것 같아요.
네,
very nervous
장편의 영화를 보는
after
듯한
losing all of those
느낌이어서
sets in a row.
김대엽의 어떤 일대기
but my head
프로게이머로서
coach
이런
helped me
것들을
a lot.
만들어도 되게
Keep my
재밌을 것 같고
mindset.
일단
Thankfully, I
축하드리고요.
was able to win.
마지막에 여왕과 저글링의 러쉬를 막을 때 저는 이거 뚫렸다 봤어요, 솔직히.
네.
아,
When
대엽이가
he
또 안
defended
되는구나.
against the queens
이런
and the
생각을 속으로
links,
했었는데 그때 막을 때
Nana personally
말로
thought
표현할 수 있는 그런
that Solar was going to
있을까요?
break in.
글쎄, 모르겠어요. 제가 긴장을 좀 많이 해서 그런지 맞고 나서도 이게 내가 이긴 건가
Did you think you were going to be able to defend
이긴 게
when you saw that
맞겠지?
rush coming?
그런 생각들을
He wasn't sure. He was
했었는데
very nervous at that
마지막까지
moment in
긴장의 끈을
time.
놓지 못했던 것 같아요. 마지막 경기는.
평세 판단 진짜 잘하기로 둘째가라면 서러울 만한 선수가 이걸 막았는데
able to keep my
이겼는지
calm
졌는지를 모른다는
somehow, some way.
게 그만큼
And defended
한번
just barely.
되게 벅차오르네요.
네, 무게가 클 수밖에 없었던
Kanata
오늘 경기였을 것 같아요. 프로게이머
overwhelmed
생활하면서
that after 8
오늘만큼
years,
긴장하고 또 오늘만큼
finally,
이겼을 때조차
Stats has
마구
made it to the
기뻐하기
finals.
힘든 경기가 아니었을까 싶은데 김대엽 선수만큼 저도 너무 벅차네요.
Youngin is
아까
also
6세트 끝났을 때
very
김대엽
overwhelmed.
선수 팬분이 저기서 되게 벅차하시면서 아직 경기가 안 끝났는데도 눈물을
네.
좀 보이시는 것 같았어요.
정말요.
아마 김대엽 선수를 응원하는
Some of our
팬분들은
fans even
김대엽
were
선수만큼이나
crying
지금
in the
어떻게 말로
audience.
표현할 수 없는 감정을 느끼지 않을까
From the
싶은데요.
end of the first
마지막으로
set.
팬분들께 한 말씀 해주시죠.
정말
Any comments to your fans who obviously care about your
오래
well-being and success?
기다려주셨어요. 드디어 결승에
Thank
진출했고
you for
이제는
waiting for such a
마지막
long time,
우승으로 보답하는 길만
supporting me
남았다고
for
생각하기 때문에
these 8 years.
마지막에 꼭 이겨서 승자로 남겠습니다. 감사합니다.
네, 여러분 최종
finally give a
결승 진출한
championship
김대엽
to my
선수에게
fans.
다시 한번 뜨거운 박수 부탁드립니다.
Thank you so
축하드립니다.
much.
네, 이렇게 해서 최종 결승에 진출한 김대엽 선수까지 만나봤습니다.
Well, there you have it. A really nice interview, but the big announcement is coming up. We're going to be taking a look at that in just a minute. We may take a look at a results screen first to talk about that. But big announcement coming up for this finals. It's going to be a great finals. It's Stats' very first. It's Dark's chance as well to win his first StarLeague. So,
Yeah.
you know, this is a really awesome finals. And I didn't think Stats could do it today, but he really proved me wrong.
We both predicted against him. I'm sure a lot of other people out there were also predicting Solar to win that one, but I feel like it had to happen eventually. He had to finally get to the finals, and now win. I think he's in the best shape I've ever seen him in, at least. You know, in StarCraft 2 specifically. He's got it, and this is the results of the match, of course, taking that 4-3 victory in 7 games, winning 2 in a row to secure that spot into the finals.
This is, I hear the screams, you know, this is a Brood War legend, Stats. He's wanted this for so long. He's been more of a Pro League monster than many other processes actually in this entire country, but to have his moment here, to see the fans scream, you know, hear them scream below us as his face comes up and you see that Korean below him that says he's going to the finals. It gives me chills. And look at that at the bottom of this screen. Can't read Korean. We are going to King Sejong University's Grand Hall for the finals. It's not going to be in the studio. It's going to be offline. So get there. It's going to be on the 9th, just next Saturday at 6 p.m.
Yep, same time, but not the same place.
That's right.
This time, it's going to be there. Of course, we'll try to get those that info online of how you can get there and where exactly that is. But that's going to be an epic finals, man. Dark and Stats, 2 of these guys who are looking like 2 of the best players in Korea and in the world right now.
The rivalry between SKT and KT continues as well, and this is just something that happens in so many grand finals, more in the GSL than it has in StarLeague, but we're going to finally have it here in StarLeague as well, and this should be the best StarLeague finals we've ever had, I feel personally.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. Definitely better than Maru versus Dream, where Dream got rolled over by a steamroller.
Or Biel versus Hero, which did not go very well for Biel.
Finals, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it will be the best StarLeague we have ever had. It's going to be offline, everything.
Yeah. And it's also interesting, too, because we've been touting Dark as the best player in the world right now for a bit here, maybe like a couple of weeks now. And Stats is the challenger. You know, he's made it to the finals, but can he actually win a finals against the best player in the world?
Yeah, that's the question. And it's all going to come down to this one final best of 7 just next week. I couldn't be more hyped. this is my dream come true.
Yeah,
I
it
love
really
Solar.
is.
I feel like he played well, but the best man wins. The best man goes to the finals, and today that was stats.
Yeah, what an unbelievable day. It was a lot of great games, too. I feel like Solar specifically just creates just unbelievably exciting games all the time. His Baneling play against Protoss today, I think he won a couple of games with it, lost a couple too, but, you know.
Yeah, definitely kind of changing things up and playing differently than everybody else. You know, playing his own game and
Yeah.
still going to Game 7 with it. And, I mean, I got to give him mad props for that.
Yeah, for sure. Guys, you do not want to miss the finals next Saturday. It is going to be at a different location, of course, but we don't have it on our stream, but we got GSL tomorrow and Saturday, too. I'm going to be doing that with Nick as...
Me and Artosis are
Yep.
going to be casting Heroes of the Storm. We're going to be casting the Global Championship, so if you're interested in Heroes of the Storm, check it out. Have both streams open on your monitors. Watch
Global
both.
Championship.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the Global Championship.
We're going to find out who the best
so,
Heroes of the Storm players are in the world. What's the best
spoiler,
team?
I think it's probably going to be the Koreans, but we'll see. Again, that's another matchup. That's like challengers versus the best in the world, so... I feel like Heroes is still pretty new, too, so it's not entirely figured out.
Well, after this tournament, it will be, but I favor Korea as well. But yeah, definitely check out GSL. It's going to be tomorrow and Saturday, right?
Yeah.
So both days.
It's going to be in the new studio, too, or not new studio, but
The refurbished.
renovated, you know, whatever. But you do not want to miss that. You don't want to miss the finals next Saturday. It was a fantastic day casting, great games. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time for more StarCraft. Good night.
저희는 대만 결승전 경기로 돌아오도록 하겠습니다. 다시 말씀드리겠습니다. 4월 9일날 세종대학교 대학원에서 뵈실 수 있습니다. 자, 지금까지 정말 소개해주신 해설의 유대현, 고인규 해설 함께 해주셨습니다. 저는 캐스터 서경환이었습니다. 시청해주신 여러분, 4월 9일날 뵙겠습니다. 감사합니다.
One step back and 2 steps forward. Sometimes I can't help but say we're making history.